As I sit here, it's middle of August, and summer seems like it's starting to wind down. It's actually raining and kind of cold out outside right now. It's nice though, because this is the weather I actually do like. I've never cared much for summer. I really haven't. I don't like the heat. I don't like to sweat. When I was little, summers were just, time would get off from school and enjoy it and whatnot. I'd be sitting at home watching cartoons or watching wrestling on TV and playing with my action figures. Didn't really like go hang out with friends. It was just my brothers and myself. There was three of us back then, me, Aaron, and Brandon. And we'd spend time together and play during the summer. We'd have wrestling matches together, and I'd beat on them. They'd beat on me. And that was pretty much it. We'd spend time with my grandma and grandpa or my mom in her trailers. So we'd kind of alternate between trailers in the trailer park that I lived in. There were some kids in the neighborhood too. We played a little bit, but it was mostly my brothers and myself. We spent a lot of time with each other. Summers growing up, video games being played too, and whatnot. There was one summer though, it was into 4th grade, going into 5th grade, that I did go to a pool party with some friends from school. It was this guy named Jesse Anholt was holding the party, and it was this girl that was technically my first ever girlfriend. Her name was Samantha Daly, and we were official. It was the first ever relationship, really. And we went to this pool party. Now, I didn't know how to swim, and I was the only one who didn't know how to swim, so I was afraid to even get in the pool. And I got in the pool a little bit, but I was mostly just kind of awkward and hanging out on the outside. And I remember Samantha Daly was her name. She'd come up and try to make me feel better because I was supposed to be her boyfriend. We did this game of spin the bottle, and she was supposed to kiss me, which would have been my first kiss, but I was too nervous to do it, so I passed up on it. So, I didn't get my first kiss from Samantha Daly. But anyways, I went to a pool party, and that would be like the last time for a while. Summers just was spent at home, and when we moved to DeKalb with my dad, in 2000, summers was sitting and playing Pokemon games on a Game Boy, mostly, and again, wrestling around with my brothers. My stepbrother then, eventually too, for a while there, Michael, we'd live with him, so we just fool around with summer. Didn't really do much with friends. One summer, tried to do football. It was my sophomore year, going into my sophomore year of high school, and I just hated it. I was terrible at it. I hated it. The training camps basically about killed me, running around all the time and doing all that just to suck at it. It kind of sucked. It sucked. So I dropped out of football, and that was the only time I did a sport during the summer time. But summer times as a teenager in school were pretty boring to me. I didn't really do a whole lot, but I was always glad when school was out. But to tell you the truth, when school was going back in, I was kind of glad for that too. I wouldn't want to go year round. I needed that break, but summer got old too. I never really have liked the summer as far as the temperature. I don't like the heat, like I said. I don't like to sweat. Spend it indoors in the air conditioning is my preference. But yeah, pretty boring summers in my life as a kid and as a teenager.